Wait, what's going on? Wrong camera. There we go. That's the right camera. Whoops. It wouldn't be a chatty crafty beginning if there wasn't something set wrong. Hello everybody. While I finish getting this all done, because of course I'm not quite ready yet, but I'm a lot closer to being ready this time than I was last time. If you would please drop a comment about where you're watching from. I would love to see where everybody is and you know, learn a little bit more about my growing community, or I should say actually our growing community. Oh, I gotta get the, hold on, gotta get the sound down. There we go. Turn the sound down on that one so that we're not hearing it. Let's see, turn this a little bit and focus in some. Let's see. Oh, that's too far. Here we go. Focus in some. Turn it, focus. There we go. That looks good. Okay. It's going to wobble a little bit. The arm that it's on is much more stable than the last one that it was on, but it's still got some issues as far as stability goes, but we're getting there. So, hey, Kelly's Crafts, how are you doing today? Good to see you. I know you're in Florida. So hi, hello, a fellow Floridian. So anyway, I said I was going to do 2 lives today, and then I got a sub push of like almost 50 subs, which thank you. Oh my goodness gracious, thank you. I can't say thank you enough. Oh my gosh, I woke up this morning. Hey, Amira. Okay, so Amira's New York. So I've got New York and Florida represented here. But I woke up to have I had like 20 extra subs, and through the day I've gotten another 30. So I've got a 50 more subs now. I'm almost at 900 subs now, which is crazy and amazing. And I love it. And I'm just shocked and in awe, and I'm humbled and I'm flabbergasted and I'm all those words. So thank you very much, everybody who has subscribed to my channel of late and everybody who is trying to get the word out. I would love to be a mature channel, 1,000 sub channel by Thanksgiving. That would be awesome and wonderful. Thanksgiving is on the 27th, so we've got 15 days, a week and a day. So, hi, Virginia Beach. How are you doing today, Mary? I hope everybody's doing okay. Yeah, thank you, Amira. It is. I was so shocked. I mean, the congratulations are very definitely earned on this one because it just shocked me no end when I woke up this morning and I saw all of those subs. This morning is a relative term, by the way. I usually wake up about 11 because I usually don't go to sleep until about 5. So morning is a relative term in this household. Anyway, I did say that I was going to do 2 live streams today, and I didn't do the second one because the second one is not really a crafting one. It's something that has come to light between last Thursday and then when I was in therapy on Monday, something else came up. And it's something that I really, really want to talk about because it's something that really, really needs to be talked about, but I didn't want to, you know, talk about something that heavy and that possibly uncomfortable for people when I just got them as subs. So I didn't do the second live today that I was planning on. I will do it at some point in time. It does need to put up there. It is information that people need to know. It's behind the scenes information that people need to know what's going on. And I want more people to know about it, but I didn't want to do that. I subscribed about 2 weeks ago and love your... Oh, thank you, Mary. I really appreciate that. Those words just really warm my heart so much. I love that. I love your kindness. I really do. So I have this thing that I want to talk about, but it's not an easy thing to talk about, but it's a necessary thing to talk about. And I will say that the United Kingdom does this so much better than we do. So much better than we do. Oh my gosh. This is the giveaway for this week. Oh, thank you for the heart, Mary. I really appreciate that. But this is the giveaway for this week, and you'll notice that this is a new edition because when we were in, I want to say Eustis on Tuesday, I found these, and these are the opaque dies, and so I've included this in the little resin kit. So if you go to the video that after the live stream is over, please, after you finish watching this, if you're watching the replay, if you would please go to the video that I put up on Sunday, and it will have the video itself will give you very important information about entering into the giveaway and how to fill out the form. And then that video on Sunday will also give you the link to the giveaway form. But this is the packet that there will be 2 winners, and both winners will get all 4 of these items. So each winner will get the box molds, the agate coaster molds, the bracelet mold, and 4 opaque dies So that's this current giveaway. At the current moment, yes, Amira, they will be very happy. And I will be very, very happy if the winners actually go for fill out the winners form and get their items, because these are things I'll never use. I am not a resin person. I'm not looking into being a resin person. So if they don't claim this is stuff that's going to like sit on a shelf and go nowhere. So yeah, you're right. The winners. Yes, there will be 2 of them. So this is what's going to be given away in the giveaway this week. And the giveaway will close, the form submission will close at 11:59 p.m. on Saturday. And then the winners will be announced in the Sunday video. And I usually do the winners. I usually find out who the winners are like right after I close it. And then I do the Sunday video. I edit the Sunday video while I'm watching football. So, because I am an NFL girl. I have to admit it. I love the NFL. I have loved the NFL since I was 6 years old. The Saints are my team. The Giants are my husband team. But because I started watching the Saints when I did, my teams include the Saints and any team that has a Manning playing for them. Because when I started watching the Saints, Archie Manning was the quarterback. And so any Manning at all. Steelers, hey, there you go, Callie. That's absolutely wonderful. I can't say I'm overly fond of the Steelers right now because Aaron Rodgers needs a GTFO out of football. And that's my personal opinion, but he's the last of the icky quarterbacks that just needs to go away. And he hasn't gone away yet. I don't have anything against the Steelers as that any team hubby bets on. I get that, Mary. I do. I get that very well. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers needs to go away. I don't have anything against the Steelers. I don't hold any animosity towards the Steelers. And I watch football all Sunday. I mean, I literally watch football all Sunday. And I have no control over which game I watch first because I watch it through British television because I like the British broadcast better. So I see whatever game Channel 5 is airing, so whatever game. And then I watch whatever game is on the Honolulu stations for the other 2 games. So I really don't pick which game I'm watching. I just watch whatever one is on. First off, Channel 5 from Britain, and then the Honolulu stations. So... And the reason that I do that is because I can't handle American commercials. I watch British television and I watch Honolulu because Florida especially, the commercials just, I can't handle them. I can't do it. I have mentioned before, and I will say again that I have significant mental health issues and I can't do things that have extensive amounts of conflict in it. I mean, a football is conflict, but it's controlled conflict. But I can't do scripted conflict because it really sends my brain just a little off. And so I watch British television a lot. And I watch the Honolulu stations a lot because they are so much more uplifting and their commercials are so much more kind and generous and community oriented than most of the other stations that I could be watching. Although I do have to admit on Monday nights, if it's a Manning cast, I watch the Mannings. You know, I'm a Manning girl. So happy hump day, Doris. And thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining our group, joining the chat tonight. I'm glad to see you here. And I'm glad to see you, Amira and Kelly and Mary and everybody who's in here. I really appreciate that. But that's enough about football. We're not here to talk football. I could talk football all night. Oh my gosh, I love football. I root for the Saints and the Giants. Both of them really just totally just awful this year. But I like football itself. I love watching football. So, you know, I love the game. It's more, for me, it's more the game than the team. Although I definitely root for the Saints and the Giants and any team that has a Manning playing for them. So, hi, Nary Alice. How are you doing today? So, this is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to show you some of the things that I got, and I want to see if we can do something with some of the items that I've purchased, and I want to see how it looks at the end. I picked up this ribbon, and I don't normally pick up wire-edged ribbon because wire-edged ribbon doesn't really do well in card making, but I had to pick this up because it was so gorgeous. I mean, I could not pass this up, and like I said, I normally do not pick up wire-edged ribbon for card making. Generally speaking, if a ribbon says that it's wire edged, I'm just going to bypass it. I don't do that because I'm not really interested in the wire edged side of it. But this was not the wide wire edged ribbon, and it's a. Of course, it's not letting me open it. It's being a butthead, so I'm going to sit here and take scissors to it because it doesn't want to let me open it. So I'm going to open it this way. So here we go. Tried finding the end, tried peeling the piece. There we go. All right, so that got it off. But look at this ribbon. Look how beautiful that is. I hope you can see the iridescence of that because it's got this blue-green flash iridescence on it. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it in the light. Let's see if I can get a little bit more light on it and see if you can see it. But I don't know if you, oh, there we go. Yeah, I see some of it in the screen now. It's got this beautiful blue-green flash iridescence on it, and it's open weave. It is so beautifully open weave like that, that this is going to be a beautiful accompaniment to any card that I make. Oh, I got them out. Here they are. So, like, let's say that this is a card front. Oh, I bent this one up pretty. Yeah, I know that ribbon is really pretty. I bought 3 rolls of it. And for someone who almost never, up until this point, I would have said never buys wire-edged ribbon. The fact that I bought 3 rolls of it tells you how much I appreciate this. But imagine that going across the top of a card and then having something like a sentiment sitting on top of that, like that. So that you've got this beautiful ribbon behind your sentiment, or you could even pick a sentiment that doesn't actually cover the entire ribbon like this one. Just imagine how beautiful that would be. Do this with foam tape or do this with some really sticky double-sided tape. That's just gorgeous and beautiful, and I just love this ribbon. Oh my goodness gracious. And each one of these is 5 yards, so each one of these is 15 feet of ribbon. So I have 45 feet of this ribbon. I paid $1.99 a roll for it. Like I said, it was the Eustis store, and it's wire-edged, and I almost never buy wire-edged ribbon, but I could not resist this. It is so pretty. Oh my gosh, it's even got craft COVID, and I don't care. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a couple little bits that have fallen off of it there. And I still don't even care. Look, you can see the craft COVID on my card right here. I don't know if you can see it, but I mean, I don't care. It is so pretty. That's how much I love this ribbon. Now, you know how I feel about craft COVID, and you know how I feel about doing things with craft COVID, and I'm still not caring that this ribbon has craft COVID. Oh my gosh, it is so, so beautiful. I am so enamored by that ribbon. Okay, so that was the first thing. I also found this at the Eustis store. That would make a great card if you placed a piece vertically and have flowers sticking out. Oh, yes, you're absolutely right, Amira. That would. Take this and place it vertically across the card, and then put cutout stickers on it or cutout flowers on it. I had a package. I don't think any of my packages have flowers in them. I moved them. Let's see. I got this one. This one came from the Eustis store as well, I believe. And I was going to show this off. But let's see if this has any flowers in it so we can show what Amira's talking about, because I think that would be absolutely beautiful. And this is why I love this guild. I mean, this is really truly why I love the guild, because I mean, we're sitting here looking at this stuff. I'm sitting here playing with it, and then Amira belts out with this amazing idea about how to make it even better. And so I'm looking to see if there's any flowers in this, because I want to see if we can just try something sticking out of it. Lots of cactuses, but not really many flowers. All right, well, we're going to call this bull's head a flower. But imagine this coming out of it like that was a stem of a flower, and that coming out of the ribbon like that. Is that what you meant, Amira? Because I think that's what you meant. I got to wait 30 seconds for you to answer me, because there's a 30-second delay between what I say and when you hear. But I think that's what you were talking about there, just to have this sticking out off the side like that. So yeah, this ribbon is absolutely stunning. I mean, I can't get over how beautiful it was. And they had a whole big box of it. I mean, they had probably, I don't know, 48, 60 rolls of it, a huge number of rolls. Yeah, see, okay, so Amira says, yes, that's exactly what she was talking about after the 30-second delay between when I said it and when she heard it. But see, you're absolutely right, Amira. That would be absolutely gorgeous. And I love this guild for that, because we are growing each other's skills by watching these things. And, you know, I may be the one manipulating the items, but all of us are getting together and giving each other ideas on how to use these things. And I love that. I absolutely love that about this guild. It's not me saying this is the way to do it. It's us saying, well, this is what I would do, and this is what I would do, and let's see what happens if this happens. So, and these are really beautiful. This set was called Sticko. That's all it says is Sticko, but it's got all these Wild West things on it. And I bought it specifically for these boots. I love this little strip of boots right there. I thought that was the cutest thing. Use that as the border on a card, and then put a lot of these other boots on the card, and then put some of these other boots on the card and make it some you know, Yeehaw Wild West Girls Weekend invitation kind of card. I thought that would be so cute because it's got all these really cute little boots that came in it. So that's why I bought this one. I thought it was a precious little set. So I did pick that one up. So I have to say, I really like this. It's even got these really nice little cacti right there. Really cute little set. So I bought one set of these. I don't really do a whole lot of Western stuff, but I couldn't resist this one. I thought it was just too cute. Kind of like the, they are stickers. Are they stickers? Oh, no way. Oh, nope. Maybe not. Bear, you're in my way. You are like right in front of me, Bear. If they are stickers, then they don't. These are stickers. These definitely are stickers, but I don't think these are, even though that they have a break in them. It doesn't seem like there's anything to peel off to make them into stickers, unless I'm doing it completely wrong. Oh, Bear, what is up with you? I don't know if you can see him in the camera, but he is nuzzling my neck. He is so hard to peel. Okay, well, that would be... I would agree with that statement there, because I did this, and I'm not pulling off sticker. I'm pulling off the base of it. You know, I don't think I'd use it as a sticker. If it's that hard to peel, I'd just put dimensional tape on it, put some foam tape on it, and just use it that way. But still very beautiful, whether it works as a sticker or whether it works as a piece of dimensional, or even just putting, you know, like double-sided tape on it and sticking it down. That would also be really, really pretty. Love these. These are beautiful. I did only buy one package of them, and they are $1. So, hey, Creative Carries, Bakes. Oh, baskets and bundles. Okay. Try using a pointed object to remove the backing. I do have pointed objects. That's something I have. Where's my pointy object? There it is. There's my pointy. All right, so try using a pointed object to remove the back. Here we go. See, this is how my live streams end up being a lot longer than I intend them to be. Oh, that worked. That did. Thank you, Amira. That worked perfectly. Now there is a sticker there. Oh, I didn't mean to pull that all the way off. Oh, darn it. Maybe the backing glue is just a bit too long for the bond in the back of the sticker. No, I actually ripped the glue and the back off of the front. So I was ripping 2 layers off, and the glue was coming with the backing. Now I got to figure out how this goes on here so I can stick it back on, because I'm not ready to use this little thing right here. No, But yes, thank you, Amira. That was a great idea. So when you want to pull it off, use a little pointy tool on it. This one is actually a light up pointy tool. I don't know if you can see that, but the end of it lights up so you can see it even better. I got these off of Temu for like $3. It came with this one, and it came with a hooked one, and the hooked one has left, grew 4 legs and left. I don't know if you can see, but there's a cat tail here because there's a cat between me and my work surface, because he's absolutely refusing to get up on there. He's very upset because Brucey, sweet little Brucey smells very much like the vet. And he is very upset because he doesn't like the vet. He thinks he has to go to the vet. So he's being very cuddly and lovey and going, no, Mommy, don't take me to the vet. I don't want to go to the vet. No, Mommy, please. No, Mommy, please. So he's like literally right here in front of me. You can see his tail. He is literally between me and this work surface, nuzzling his head on my neck, saying, no, Mommy, don't take me to the vet. He doesn't understand that he doesn't have to go. It's so hard to explain things to cats. So I love your videos. Thank you, Kimmer. I appreciate that. All of your craft tools. Yes, all of my craft tools glue legs and walk away. I still haven't found the red one. Wherever they took the red one to, I have no idea where they took it because I have not found it yet, and I have looked. So, yes, my red one grew legs and walked away. No, you can't. Baby bear. You are such a pain in the butt. I would say something about you being down here, but I have all sorts of stuff in your bed, so you can't really get up in your bed. All right, so that was those. Another thing that I picked up when I was in the Eustace store is this piece of burlap, and it's 46 inches by a yard. Oh, and in my last video, I have a dimension wrong. I talked about the elastic being 50 feet of elastic, and somebody who is a seamstress came in and said, if it's 50 feet, $10 isn't a great price. And then I looked at it really closely, and it's actually 50 yards of elastic. So it's 1 inch by 50 yards of elastic, and the seamstress responded and said, yes, that is a really good price. So, but this is craft burlap, and it's a beautiful green color, and they had green, yellow, natural, black, and burgundy. And I picked up the green because I thought it would be really pretty to use as like, cut it out with scissors and make it into like the pot the Christmas tree is in. You know, if you know anything about landscaping, then trees are sold bagged and burlapped. Or balled in burlap is what it's called, where they dig the tree out of the ground, they put it, dig a big root ball and they wrap it in burlap and they ship it that way. So that's a balled in burlap tree. So I was thinking doing that with this, like this, to make a little piece of, take a little piece of cotton and stuff it in there and make it look like it was a balled in burlap Christmas tree. And I thought that would be really pretty. Cut it into ribbons and use it across the front of a card. Are you going to go away so I can do this? Thank you, baby. Yes, mommy loves baby. Oh, you got coffees again. Oh, baby bear. You okay, little man? You okay, little man? Yeah, I know. You get the coffee sometimes. And he stopped coughing because he heard his sister crying at the door. We won't let the sister out. Yeah, all of my craft tools walk away. But I thought that would be really cool to do that. Maybe cut a ribbon out of this and use it as an accent on a card, or maybe cut it into a triangle and put it on like the corners of the cards or something like that. I just thought this would be a really cool thing to give some texture and some interest to card making. And you know, you could also do the same idea with junk journaling, because you could use this in a junk journal to give your junk journal interest. And if you're one of the people who uses sewing as well as your paper, then you could definitely sew this in and have it be like a cover flap over a page. So you have this over the page and you pull this back and then you read what's on the page and then you put it back down and you've got this nice little cover over one of your pages in your junk journals or anything like that. Or maybe even use it as little bits and pieces in a memory book. What am I on? Hold on, there's something underneath my chair. Oh, well, there's that. Found my wet ones holder. I killed an envelope underneath my chair. I'll have to recycle that, use that in my paper making stuff. But that's what I got this for. I thought that would be really interesting. How would you glue that down? Oh, what I would do if I were doing it that way is I would make it so that it was longer. And what I would do, zip, zipper, zipper, zip, zip, zip. Pull this out. Oh, look, it even comes with its own little piece of twine. Isn't that cute? I did not realize that I had a piece of twine in there. No, that twine's not got a pull on it, so I'm just gonna, nope, I don't do loops. I don't do loops in this house because I don't want any of the cats to get a loop around their neck. So anything that's loopy like that gets cut because I just don't do loops in this house. Every time a grocery bag comes in, because Florida still allows plastic grocery bags, but anytime one comes in, I rip the handles so that no matter where it ends up, nothing can get its head stuck in the handle. That's just something I do. I don't want to injure anything untoward. But let me find the end of it. So here's the end of it. And I'll show you, Kelly, what I was talking about. What I would do is I would take a piece of this, and it has to be a piece bigger than what I'm working with. So I would cut this probably here, like so. Pardon me while I do that. And then I'd go across, and this is not a very well done one. When I'm actually crafting, I do a lot better at paying attention to what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And if this were a card front, that's not really a card front. Let's get something that actually is a card front. Here, nope. Yeah, this is actually a card front. What I would do is I would put this, I would tuck it under the sides. This is one of my tests from the alcohol pens. But I would tuck it under the sides, and I would use either double-sided tape or some form of sticky tape or double-sided foam tape. And I would put that down, and I would attach it that way, down there, and then move it around this way, do the same thing on the other side. How does this go? I'm always afraid I'm going to mess one of these up after I mess the one up, and put it down like that. And I do it better, so it wasn't such a rush job, but that's how I would put it on there. And that's how I would keep it in place, is I would curl it around to the other side and attach it to the other side. And then when I was ready to attach it to the card, I would cover that with more double-sided foam tape or more double-sided tape. And that would give it a two-part hold, because then not only would the piece that I just put on there be holding it, but also the piece that I put across the top would also be holding it. So if I put like another piece of double-sided foam tape on top of that, it would hold it down. So that's how I would glue that down. But if I did it in the corner, it would also wrap around the corners. If I did it from top to bottom, it would also wrap around. I do a lot of wraparound stuff in my cards because it's really hard for me to get things to line up perfectly if I don't do a wraparound. So that's just something that I do to make up for the fact that sometimes I make things a little wonky. And it's not that it looks wonky to anybody else. It's just my OCD just sits there and goes, oh, that's terrible. And I have to keep reminding myself that it's really not terrible. It's just barely off by like 0.5 millimeter. But because I see things the way I do, it bugs me. So I do a lot of wraparound so that I don't have that problem. So anyway, that's that. So I bought the burlap at the Eustis store. They did have a bigger piece of burlap that was like 2 yards, and it was like $4. And it was wider. It was like 1 yard by 2 yards, but I didn't need that much. I honestly don't need a full yard of that because it's going to take me a while to go through all of that, but that's okay. These are another thing that I bought at the Eustis store. Fabri-Tac would work well on that as well. I don't know what Fabri-Tac is. That is something I'm going to have to look up when this live stream is over. Thank you, Potter's Wife. I appreciate that. See, that's what the guild does. The guild improves us and it makes our crafting better. I picked these up for much the same reason. This one has 120 labels and they're little speech bubbles, and this one has 168 labels, and they are flat on one end with these 3 lines, and then they make a round shape on the other end. And the neat thing about these is that these can go through a printer. And since they can go through a printer, they can also go through my ink machine. So I can make these. I can make a Word or a PDF or a file of some sort that has a sentiment on there. And then I can send it through my printer so that it prints on the right places. And then I can send it through my ink machine and I can foil my sentiments. And then I have these sentiment stickers that I can just peel off and put down for things that get said a lot. Like happy birthday, congratulations, you know, you got this, you rock, you're amazing. You know, believe in yourself. Somebody mentioned that they really loved appreciate authenticity and where there's life, there's hope. And I want to, someday when I get the spoons to do it, I want to put those into my Chatty Crafty logo so that those are part of it. But right now I just don't have the spoons to do that. If you don't know what I'm talking about when I say spoons, it's a mental health thing, that it's easier than saying my energy level is low or my energy level is high. We just talk about things in terms of spoons. I don't have very many spoons means that I have low energy and I'm not capable of doing very much today, or I've got a few extra spoons, let's do something today, to let other people know where you stand mentally and emotionally and physiologically. So it's called spoon theory if you want to look it up. So, and then I found this, and I didn't get this past Tuesday. I can't remember what store I got this in, but I think I got this a week ago, Saturday, and I just really don't remember what store I got it in, but it is so pretty. And it was $2.99 for all 10 pieces. So it was slightly more expensive than if I had bought them at a quarter a piece. So it was like $2.99, so that they were 30 cents each. But look how beautiful they are. And this one's still in a wrapping because it's got extra wrapping. And this is Recollections brand. So this, hold on. Nasty sticky thing. Hold on. Gotta fold the nasty sticky thing down. Hate nasty sticky things. There we go. And again, that's probably a sensory thing with my autism, but I do not like the nasty sticky things, so I try to get rid of them as soon as I can. But this right here, that's great that they had them in individual bags. I saw the word bubble ones, but it was marked $19.99 and had multiple bags in the pack since I didn't need that many. I passed it. I believe you, Doris. I agree with that. Even if it was multiple bags, I don't think I'd have spent $19.99 on it. I wish my Ollies had more paper. American Crafts are running dry. Yes, they are, Mary. But to be fair, the American Crafts liquidation was never going to be a sustainable thing because Ollie's is a liquidation store. They are literally selling off what was left over when American Crafts went out of business. So it was never going to be sustainable. I was really, really hoping that I would hit 1,000 views, 1,000 subs before the American Crafts thing went dry, because I knew that I always knew that this was going to have to segue into a crafting channel. It couldn't just be a shopping channel. I did try to go into Michael's. I tried on it was the Thursday after Halloween, and the store racks, the store display racks were too high and the aisles were too narrow. And even though there were only like 3 other shoppers in the store, it was too crowded for me. I couldn't do it. I don't know why. I'm not complaining. This is not a complaint. I do not know why my brain has labeled Ollie's as safe. But my brain has labeled Ollie's as safe. So I can go in there and I can still do stuff in there. The only other store that my brain has labeled is safe is Aldi, the grocery store, on Thursdays. It has to be Thursday. I can't go in any other day. It's too crowded. But yeah, when I tried Michael's, I just felt everything was closing in on me because oh, baby bear, you okay? You jumped and missed. That was a jump and a miss. Sorry, hold on a second. I gotta check my baby bear. He just had a jump and a miss. Are you okay, baby? Yeah, you're okay. You silly boy. You are so silly. But the display shelves were just too high, too close together. And even with only 3 other shoppers in there, there were just too many people in there and I couldn't do it. I did manage to stay in the store the entire time that I intended to be in there, but that was it. I'm done. I can't go back into Michael's. I had an anxiety attack in Dollar Tree over Labor Day weekend, and that turned into a panic attack in the car once we got back into the car. And Dollar Tree is out. My brain has labeled Dollar Tree as not safe. So I can't go in there. Those are really only 2 stores that I can go in, and that's Ollie's and Aldi. And I really believe that one of the reasons, and I keep saying this, but I want to make sure that the people who are the up and ups and Ollie's hear this, that Ollie's, the people who work in Ollie's are amazing. That everybody that I have interacted with, except that one woman in Cartersville, who literally ended my shopping day that day. As soon as we were done at Cartersville, we went home. We had 2 other stores on our list that we were going to hit while we were out that day. And it didn't happen because that lady ended my shopping day that day. But luckily enough, that lady didn't make Ollie's not safe. So Ollie's is still in the safe category in my brain, so I can still go in. But yeah, she ended it that day. Yeah, everybody that I've run into, everybody that I've spoken to, everybody who works for Ollie's has been just amazing. And I really hope that Ollie's hears me and gives their workers some kudos and lets them know how wonderful a job that they're doing. All right, baby bear, you cannot be in front of me. I cleared off your bed. You need to get up on your bed. Whoop. Betty bye time. Up ski butt ski. There you go. Oh, I hate our Dollar Tree. There are always boxes. Yeah, see that I was okay with Dollar Tree on weekdays because there was only like 2 other people in there, but I had this huge anxiety attack. And what really killed me about the anxiety attack in Dollar Tree was that when I was still having the anxiety attack and we got up to the register and it was time for us to check out and the lady at the register asked me if I had to go to the bathroom. I'm like, what? What? Anyway. Yep, that happened. So anyway, this is just absolutely beautiful. And I'll probably cut around these images so that I can have these images as an idea, or maybe cut sections like this so that I get a line of this set and then I can get a line of this set and put them on cards. I think that would be beautiful. Anyway, back to the crafting stuff. Off the other stuff. Yeah, if you're just tuning into this channel, I do have very significant mental health issues, and this is something that I started doing just as therapy for me, and it's growing into a wonderful community, and I love it, and I'm going to keep doing it just because it's just an amazing thing, and I would love to hit the point where I have my 1,000 subs and I become a mature channel, because I think that would be amazing. And my number of viewers went from 20 to 15 in the last little bit, so I'm guessing that the people who were watching didn't want to hear about that, so... which is why I didn't do the other part of my live today that I said I was going to do. So, anyway, I don't take these things personally. It is what it is. This is another thing that I found in this store. This came from Merritt Island, and this was $5. And it's not anything that I'm actually going to use for what it's made for, but look at what this thing includes. It's got glue. It's got 210 little pom-poms. It's got 84 felt shapes. It's got 4 ounces of sequins. It's got 52 plastic alphabet shapes, which means that it's got the alphabet twice, most likely. It's got 70 of these little metal brad things. It has 84 of these faux leather shapes. It's got 5 yards of this 4.6 meter, or 5 yards or 4.6 meters of this straw ribbon. I wonder what it had before, because this is a secondary picture on it. Yeah, it is. It's very nice. Thank you, Creative Carry Baskets and Bundles. I don't know what it said. I'm not going to finish ripping that off. But it's got 7 different ribbons, and it's 5 feet each. It's got 200 rhinestones, and it's got 15 keychain hardware. It also comes with 150 earring posts and backs, 7 paints, and 3 paintbrushes for $5. I mean, I am not going to use this for what it's intended to be used for. It is tend to make bling up your fashion. But I am absolutely, definitely going to use this in card making because of the materials that it has with it. All right, let's see if I can get this open so I can show everybody what's in here. Dun da da da, dun da da da, just like so. And then this opens, just like so. And there it is, right there. Look at that. Look at all of these things that you get in there. Look at this thing of sequins. Oh my goodness, that is sequins for days and days and days and days and days. Look at that sitting on my hand and sitting between my hand. Look at the number of sequins that came with. This is all the ribbons that it comes with. This is really, this little raffia tape, that's not so much, but these little zigzag bric-a-brac tapes, these are the keychain holders. These are the little felt shapes, and I don't know if you can see them, but this one's circles on top. That one's circles. These are the little leather shaped ones. There's little flowers and things. Look at that. Those are the earrings back. But look at these little gems that you can put on cards. The little brads so that you can do flowers. Make this the center of the flower. When you cut out your flower shapes, make this the center of the flower. Poke it through the center of it and put it into your card so that it goes through the back of the card front. So it goes through the back of the card front, but then when you put the actual card on the back of it, the brad itself is hidden. That's so cool. This was an amazing buy for $5. And like I said, I'm not going to do what it says to do with it. And then the lady that I was talking to said that one of the things that she had seen people do with this is then they take this part of it, this outer box part of it, and turn it into a little purse. And I thought that was pretty cute. I'm not going to, but I thought that was pretty cute. I mean, that's just a neat idea. So I liked that. I did. I thought that was a neat idea. And then the lady that I was talking to that said that is the same person who picked up one of these for me in the Lakeland store. And I wanted to get to this because I want to test this out. This is a Cricut mat thingy. This is something that's actually made for the Cricut mat. But it's a piece of metal that has magnets with it. Trying to get it open. It's not opening for me. Okay, there we go. All that can be recycled. And then here are the magnets that come with it. Right here. These pieces are the magnets, and they are strong. Wow, that's nice. And then that's the foil quill thing, and this is just a piece of cardboard that goes along with it. This is the when I did my last live, this is the stencil that I couldn't find, and the reason that I couldn't find it was because I left it in the bathroom as I washed it. But this is what I'm going to use this for. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take a piece of, wait, that one's got a sentiment on it. I don't want to use that one. There we go. I'm going to take a piece of paper and the stencil, like so, and then take these magnets and put it over the top of it like so, and then take these and put it here and here, and then take my ink. Oh, I'll do this one pink. What is this? This is This is Kitsch Flamingo by Ranger Distress Oxide. These are some of my actual expensive ink pads. So there we go. There we go. We'll put this and I'll make a little pink rose out of it. And that really does hold that stencil really nicely. Very cool. That's really very, very cool. Get the ink all the way into the whole part of the flower, just like so. I didn't use any masking on this. Normally, if I'm only getting one piece of the stencil, I'd put masking over the parts that I don't want to stencil. But like I said, I'm doing this quickly for the sake of the live stream. And so that gets that done. And then I'll put that on there. And I got these little brushes from Temu for like 10 cents each. One of my videos shows a lot of really cool ways to get a lot of really cool stuff for cheap on Temu. And it doesn't include you putting in some code so that I get anything free. No, it's actually ways to get stuff really cheap on Temu. But none of my live streams actually say this is a Temu thing. And the reason that they don't is because it would be very easy for Temu to change what they do. And then for my little tips and tricks to not work anymore. So, you know, go find the live stream where I talked about how to get the Temu stuff for really cheap. And then you'll see how exactly you can get some of these Temu items for super cheap. I mean, I get things for a penny and 99 cents just about every day. Just you know, go find the live stream. But like I said, I can't sit there and say, this is how you get live stream cheap stuff from Temu, because it would be really easy for them to fix the problem. But there we go. There's that. Put this one back away. Put that back up in my rack over there, and then pull this up and pull this up. How much was it? The board with the magnets and everything was $5. And there it is. And imagine how beautiful that would have been if I had masked the other parts and not gotten the pink on them, which I would have done if I weren't doing this quickly. But look how beautiful that came out. And it took no effort for me to hold that piece of stencil in there completely. Yes, Bone-Tired Travelers. Yes, I love Kitsch Flamingo. That is like one of my favorite colors. This is another one of my favorites, is this one right here, is this Illusion. Who made this? Dilutions Shimmer Spray. I love this one so much. I broke the cap on this one, so I can't really stick it in there. But love that board. Yeah, the board is amazing. It was only $5, and I've seen it in the Lakeland store, and I saw it in another store too. Can't remember what the other ones was, but the lady who got this for me, and we met up, and I gave her the money for it, and things like that, and she found it in the Lakeland store, so I don't know how long ago that was. Oh, does this one not work at all anymore? Oh, no, it doesn't work at all anymore. I have to get another bottle for that. I'll have to find another bottle for that one. Let's see what other ones I have. What's this one? Oh, this will be pretty. This is one that I got at Ollie's. This is Recollections Shimmer spray. It's glitter spray. It's fuchsia colored glitter spray, and I got this one from one of the Ollie's over near Tampa. Was it Tampa? I think it was Tampa. That was a little heavy on it, but you get the idea. In fact, that was a lot heavy on it, but you can still see the rose underneath it, which is kind of cool, and that might be because of the distressed oxide. That's really kind of neat. I actually think I like that enough to use it as an actual card front, because now that I've got this spray on the top of it, I got the Cricut light. Oh, yay, thank you. I'm glad, Mary. Thank you for letting us know. Thank you very much. Yes, Doris, it is a very useful tool. But can you still see the rose in it? I like that. I love that. I'm going to use that. Probably put like a thinking of you on it or a happy birthday on it. That'll be so cool. There it is. And one last tip is to use, well, that one's all dried out now, but when you get out your new baby wipes to do your wiping stuff with the inks, when you wipe off stuff for your card making things, there's no reason to let them dry out. See, I'm just going to wipe all this stuff up because I got to clean off my board, get all that that overspray off my board. But instead of letting this sit out, letting my little wet wipes sit out and dry out, I stick it inside a, oh, you have a 15% off. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we only had a 10% off and then forgot to use it. Whoops. But still, I mean, we got it for $40. It would have been $4 off. That would have been nice. But I just stick it inside a pill bottle and close it up, and this thing will stay wet. I can use this for a good week and a half. And, you know, it'll get multicolors and stuff like that. But when you're only using it to clean off things, it doesn't really matter how colorful it gets because it's just there to clean stuff off. And then when it's served its purpose and it has no more life left in it and no more cleaning ability left in it, then it can just, the little wet wipe can go in the garbage, get out a new wet wipe, stick it in the pill bottle, and use it for about a week and a half. Just like so. This is a POBox pill bottle, but any airtight pill bottle will work. So there you go. That's my little tip for holding on to those. I know I went a little bit off track today, and I appreciate those of you who stayed with me all the way through, and I appreciate those of you that gave me ideas as I was doing this and gave me things to think about while I was doing this and new things to try, especially Amira when you came up with the extra idea for the flowers. That was really cool. And oh, somebody else said something. Oh, I have such a bad memory now. Thank you to the other person who made an also wonderful suggestion. I just can't at the moment remember who it was, but I appreciate that. I really do. Oh, for you were using paper towels. Yeah, I ended up buying these from Dollar Tree before I couldn't go in there anymore, and back when they were still $1.50. And so, I mean, I've got 3 packs of these, and I've been doing crafting on my cards for like probably almost a year now. I started after New Year's, so, you know, I probably started in January, but I still have almost, I have 2 of them open because at one point I couldn't find one, and I can't even blame that one on the cats. But I've got 2 of them open, and one of them's down probably 12 sheets, and then this one's down probably 20 sheets. So over the course of the year, I've only used like 32 of these sheets because they last for a long time. Sent quite an interesting effect. I know it is. When I first sprayed it and saw how heavy it was, I was like, oh, well, that's ruined now. But no, it's not. That is a really cool effect. I do love that effect that it has on there. I think that's amazing. This is one of my test pieces that I was doing with my Ultra Blend, my Everblend H2O pens from Arteza. But I'm going to definitely use that as a card front in card making because that's too cool. So yeah, but I appreciate everybody who was here and followed along with the live stream, and I appreciate everybody who's watching the live stream after it goes up, and especially if you watched all the way through, even when I went off tangent on the mental health. I do really want to do the one that I started talking about that I was going to do today as 2 live streams on Wednesday, but like I said, I want to make sure that the people who are subbed to my channel, especially this sub drive, because I got 50 subs, some like almost 50 subs in a day. That's amazing, and thank you so very much. I am on this sub drive to get to 1,000 by Thanksgiving, so I really appreciate that. But I don't want to scare off my new subs by being too real right off. But this is going to be a very real, very raw channel. So, you know, just it is what it is. I appreciate those of you who are following along with me and getting into the journey of this crafting and into the journey of what's going on everywhere in my life and in hopefully y'all's life, because I want to really appreciate everybody, because where there's life, there's hope. And, you know, somebody cares that you exist. I care that you exist. Somebody else cares that you exist. Somebody you may not even think of. I keep saying this. The person who hands you your Egg McMuffin, not sponsored, in the morning will notice if you don't get an Egg McMuffin one day. They really will. I used to work at a convenience store, and we had names for our regulars, like Sausage Biscuit Boy, and what were some of the other ones? Marlboro Man was one of them. Not sponsored by any of these. There was Buttermilk Boy, because he came in and bought buttermilk every day. He didn't buy anything else. He just bought buttermilk. And when one of them didn't show up, we noticed. You know, it's like, has Sausage Biscuit Guy been in today? And they would say, no, he hasn't, because I always used to make an extra special sausage biscuit for him because, you know, he was a regular. So we did things for him. Somebody cares. Somebody will notice. So thank you very much for being here. I'm going to stop rambling now. I appreciate every one of you. I appreciate everybody who was contributing to the chat. I appreciate everybody who comments in the live stream after it's done. Everybody who's liked and shared and all those other good things, subscribed and encouraged other people to subscribe. And I can't tell you how humbled I am by all of your interaction. And cheers and happy crafting.